Hi, it's Deanna with Stitches Quilting. I just wanted to come on live today, and we're going to do several live videos because today is the last day of National Quilting Month, and we are going to be doing some fun prizes with what we're doing. We are going to work on right now the Let's Bake, the Jelly Roll rug is what we're going to work on. And so this rug will just be absolutely wonderful. Our rug has grown and grown, and this has gotten smaller and smaller. So our ball. So I posted the other day, what grows bigger and what grows smaller at the same time? It's the Jelly Roll rug. And then your ball that you're having all wound up. So our ball used to be about this big. I don't know if you guys remember that. And what we're doing is we are going to go ahead and I'll show you guys how we're going to stitch the rest of this together. There's some important things here though that I wanted to share with you is that we need to keep this really level with the sewing machine right here. So we don't want the rug to be warped at all as we're kind of doing this end part. Has anyone else started making their rug? I know there's lots of people out there. Hi, Erica. Hi, Erica. So I'm curious if any of you guys have actually made your Jelly Roll rug yet, or if you're working on it, if you're working on making the Jelly Roll ball and, or anything like that. I went ahead and did my Jelly Roll rug in a scrappy manner so that the scrappy, the strips are all scrappy, and it kind of reminds me when I was young, and I think my mom had some scrappy, rugs like this. I don't know. Maybe they were like in color hue. So anyways, we'll see. But I did hear about somebody that actually was doing a Jelly Roll rug. Hi, Randy. Hi, Crystal. And when they were a child, this person is older and it was a man, they actually used their little cars and their little tractors and matchbooks cars on their on a rug that was similar to this when they were a child at their grandmother's house to play with and to drive the cars around. So I thought that was a really fun memory. So I don't know if you guys have memories of these rugs when you guys were young, but it's kind of fun to think about, you know, what these are all about. Now, just so you guys know, I used a Jelly Roll. Oh, happy Easter too. I know, we're gonna do 3 live videos here, and I'm actually going to give away a beautiful pair of Ginger scissors at the end of the 3 live videos. And so this will be a lot of fun. We're gonna do a live video on the Jelly Roll rug. We're gonna do a live video on the farmhouse window quilt. Which you guys have all, you know, been aware of and those kind of things. Oh, you guys, my website crashed like this last week. I have been working so hard, but the farmhouse window quilt and the quilt hacks video has gotten so popular that I have got thousands of people, sometimes an hour, coming to my website. So I had to redo some things on my website to accommodate the amount of traffic that my website is getting at stitchesquilting.com. But it's kind of fun, isn't it? I mean, it's gone extremely viral. So I've done a lot of different things, and there's so many other things I want to do to improve the website. But I do all of that stuff myself. I don't actually hire that out. I like staying knowledgeable about those kind of things. So anyway, so just to let you know, when you guys were trying to get maybe the free pattern for the farmhouse window, the website was crashed during that time. And so there were a lot of people that wanted to get there, but it was down. It was down. It crashed their servers and everything. So the Jelly Rolls right here are like this. So most of these rugs that you see, all of the coloring is actually where you're staying within color, true to the color hues that you're seeing on, say, a Jelly Roll. Now, remember, this is a Jelly Roll, a roly-poly are words that can rather be used intermittently or in exchange for each other. They're 2.5-inch strips. So not only could you possibly make this for yourself, with a Jelly Roll or a roly-poly, but you could also go through your own scraps and find 2.5 inch strips that you can use out of your own scraps and really have a huge scrap buster. All right, so let me go ahead and tell you how to do this. Where is the pattern? So just one moment. I've got a lot of things sitting here. It's kind of interesting. Let me see if I can find a jelly roll rug pattern. You need to buy the pattern because I can't share. This is someone else's pattern, so I can't share exactly how to do it, but you can buy the pattern at stitchesquilting.com. But if you think about the math, is what you need is one roly-poly or jelly roll. So in a jelly roll, and it's supposed to be a 50-piece jelly roll, 40-piece jelly roll roly-poly. And they're 2.5 inch strips. So remember, the width of fabric, hi Linda, I need to call you Linda really badly, oh my gosh. But the width of fabric on this is a width of fabric from, oh, I have a bolt of fabric right here. So let me go ahead and show you this, because we're going to use this bolt in just a moment. But here's a bolt of fabric. So a bolt of fabric, when you take it off the bolt, you have a width of fabric. What time is it here? I think it's like, what time is it, Corey?
Almost 5 o'clock.
It's almost 5 o'clock. So the width of fabric is this width of fabric for quilting fabric is typically 42, 44 inches long. So these strips, these 2.5 inch strips are 42 to 44 inches long. So if you think about the math, actually, Corey, do you have a calculator? Maybe someone can calculate this for me that's watching.
What do you need?
So, oh, okay, yeah, Corey's going to help us. So we'll let him pull up his calculator. Oh, it's midnight there. I'm sorry. There are 40 strips that are 42 inches long. So how many, what's 40 times 42?
That's 1,680.
1,680 inches of scraps. So you can have your scraps be shorter than a width of fabric, all right?
140 feet.
So
That seems like
Corey,
a lot.
he says it's 140 feet. So 1,680 inches, 140 feet, or divide it by yards, Corey. Then
1,680 inches?
yeah, so that, oh, so it's about a 50-yard length. Okay, thank you, Karen, thank you. So if you want to, go ahead and do this with your own scraps and scrap bust the heck out of your own scraps. Or you can buy a roly-poly. So what's interesting is when you have the roly-poly, you can actually see what the color looks like in the roly-poly. I'm sorry, the plastic is still on here. Why do I still have the plastic on there? But you can see the colors. So typically, yeah, it's on the pattern. Okay, great. So you can see the color hue here, and typically the pattern has all the yellows together, all the teals together, all the reds together, you know, the different color hues together. I did my rug as a scrappy rug. So right here is the scrappy roly jelly roll rug. Okay, so this is it done scrappy. We're gonna finish it off, and I'm gonna show you guys some more tips. So you could just use up your scraps for this. All right. Now, some things that are important is, I don't know if you've ever made a rug. I'm trying to think where my rug bowl is, but there's a rope basket. But if you make a rope basket, as you're feeding it into your sewing machine, you feed it in at an angle so that the rope starts to curve, the rope bowl starts to curve up as you're stitching it together. So what's really important when you're making the jelly roll rug is that everything is a flat surface from your sewing machine out. Does that make sense? So I am going to use, thanks Linda, thanks you guys. I actually used Lori Holt's Let's Bake roly-poly fabric for this. So I'm going to use 2 bolts of fabric because I've got fabric everywhere since I'm a fabric store, right? Oh, and today we're going to give away a pair of gingham scissors, but we're going to have 3 different live videos. That'll be at the end of the live videos, and I'll figure out what we're giving away for this live video. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to give away a roly-poly of choice. Okay, so here is another bolt of fabric that I'm going to set down here next to my sewing machine so that I have got rather an even surface here with my sewing machine as I'm managing this rug. All right, so I want to talk thread color. We mentioned this a little bit in our last video. I am actually using a light blue So Fine thread. So a light blue So Fine thread. And the way that you want to determine your thread color is to unravel the thread and lay it over your jelly roll strips of the different colors and see how that looks. So I want to show you an up close shot of what my jelly roll rug looks like using the blue So Fine thread. Can you see how nice that looks? So you can see that it really blends in, and I think it's really a good match for this. So you will want, and I like using the So Fine thread because it loads a lot of thread on my bobbins. You're at Walmart and you're watching while you're shopping, Nina. That's so fun. I love it. Because this requires a lot of thread, I think it requires maybe 2,000 yards of thread to make this project. And these So Fine threads, they come up with, I think 3,000. Let me put back on my glasses. About 3,000 yards of thread on here. So I don't feel like I'm wasting thread. And that makes me feel better about myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm using a ball jar. So if you have, say, a serger thread, any kind of thread, you put it in here, and then you're also going to load maybe a couple bobbins for this project and fill up a couple bobbins so that when you stop using a bobbin, you don't feel like you have to start all over again. I'm gonna set this behind my machine so that you guys can see this, and then I'm gonna just pull my thread over and around. So let me go ahead and bring this down so you can see the sewing machine right there. Okay, that sounds good. Let me go ahead and scoot this way. And I've got some of my pin cushion here. I don't really need all of this stuff here per se while we're working on this rug. Okay, so you can see my thread dish right here. I just pull it up over the top of my sewing machine, and then I just thread the sewing machine just regular. So there's nothing else special that I do about this. Sometimes I actually put on, Corey, could you actually set up a mini chat for me?
I don't know how to do that.
Can you open up the mini chat screen?
I don't even know where I find that.
Just open up a new page and type that for me. And then that way you guys will know where to go. I did put a link. Okay, so let me go ahead and thread this machine. Where did I put my, sorry, I'm sneezing, silly me. Okay, so I'm gonna just thread this machine with my reading glasses so I can see it a little better. I don't know about you guys.
So what do I do here at this point? I don't know what I'm doing.
Go down to growth.
Growth tools?
Yes, please.
Okay, growth tools. Okay, now what do I do?
And then go to,
New growth
yes,
tool?
yeah, a new one. All right, so what I did is I've got this all threaded. I've got my bobbin in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just bring this up here. So it's important that this stay flat with my sewing machine. So sometimes you can lower the sewing machine so that you can go ahead and just have this all even. And I've got some other things right here. I'm gonna just push this away. So I wanted to show you something else though, is that what I used, go down to Facebook comments. And then let me go ahead and make sure I've got my zigzag stitch on. I'm using a 5.5 for my zigzag stitch. And I don't feel like I have to have it be super close together. It holds just fine. And go ahead and select a post right there. And here we go. And let me go ahead and start this zigzagging. So we're just gonna go ahead and zigzag along here so you guys can see what's happening. Let me go ahead and turn.
Select this one that you're doing right now?
Yes, please. And let's go ahead and turn this to the side. And let's keep going. And I'm going to undo this ball now. I don't feel like we need it. And we used like a headband elastic to hold the ball. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Pretty funny. Then down at the bottom, a little bit lower than that where the video is, just put in the keywords like jelly roll rug.
Down which here? These?
Right there, yeah.
Here or here?
No, the lowest one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just be stitching this together. And you just want this to lay as flat as you can. And I'm trying to do that while we're videotaping, which is kind of a little tricky, but that's okay, right? And I've got this camera right here. I'm going to pick this up, lift that up over. So it is important to keep this flat because if you start torquing it, you're going to end up with a bowl, okay? So you really want, as you get bigger, you really want a nice flat surface. And then Corey, on that second page, just create a comment. And I'm going to help Corey. Oh, you have to give them a link. Okay, hold on for just 1 second. Or can you have my laptop real fast, Corey? Just, you can unplug it. I'm going to put a thing so that you can get these comments or get the link real fast. So hold on for 1 moment. I also wanted, hold on, I'm going to fix this so you guys can get a message. I also wanted to let you know that you have to press your rug really well. And in order to do that, you need a really hot iron. So I went ahead and used my Cricut Easy Press, and I found that it was a lot easier, you guys. So you might want to actually use your Cricut Easy Press, or if you happen to have one, but, or just remember, you need your iron as hot as can be, because in order to get that so it's laying flat, it is, it's just a bit tricky. But you need to press this afterwards, and you press it super, super, super. Oh, my rug just took 1 jelly roll. So, and the jelly roll rug is supposed to be approximately 39 inches by 40 inches. You can correct me on that if you think, anyways, but that is about the size of the jelly roll rug. So I just love having it, and it works out really well, and I can't wait to have this so nice and springy. I actually am going to make with this fabric, with this jelly roll right here. This is called Happiness is Homemade. I am going to make a jelly roll rug that is 3 jelly rolls. I know I'm kind of crazy, and I actually am going to do it by the color so that I can go ahead and do the color hues that are right in here. And I'm going to use this as my sewing machine studio, or my sewing studio rug. I just really love it, you guys. I don't know. But I'm also going to go over and no, I need to just to make this go live. Hold on for 1 second. But I need to do I want to do some bowls. I want to do some plates. I want to do a whole bunch of things on here, and with this same method, and just make some really fun things around the house. So anyway, so I'm really excited about that. And you guys will have to let me know what other ideas that you have that are things that can be made. So anyways, with this, but the Cricut Easy Press, what's so awesome about this is it has this large of a thing. It's not too heavy. It slides around. It goes up to about 400 degrees. And so it is really, really nice to press this with this right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this off. I'm good. Thank you, sweetheart. My husband has to go to a meeting, so he could only help me for so long, but he was so helpful. So I'm just continuing to zigzag this. You can see that I'm moving the rug around as I'm zigzagging, and it just isn't that difficult. I mean, it's really a lot of fun, and you'll get your zigzag stitch done really well. You'll get this just so nice with how your zigzag stitch goes. It goes quite quickly. We actually did, let me show you this, a navy blue stitch to when we combined the strips of fabric with the batting. You can see there's a navy blue stitch in there that's going along. And I kind of wish we would have done the light blue thread because we have that navy blue stitch throughout. So that's maybe something to learn from me doing my jelly roll rug. And then you just kind of keep pressing these together and then you sew it along. So, but what's really important is that this little edge, sorry, have to keep rotating this. It does get a little awkward, you guys, but you keep rotating this and moving it along, but you don't want this to end up kind of curling where it's going to get a, you know, curve like a bowl. So you want it to stitch on flat. Does that make sense? What questions do you guys have? Geez, I thought that the thing was on. Anyways, tell me what questions you guys have about the jelly roll rug. What other things can we make with this? You would love to make a quilt out of jelly rolls. Wouldn't that be wonderful too? I totally agree. Jelly rolls are fun, but they are expensive. So if you use your own stash, then, you know, you could really bust out a lot of your stash with some jelly roll rugs. But I want to make like a drink coaster with it. I want to make just like a plate, an accent plate that can be sat around. I want to do some bowls and some baskets to store some things in. And then I think these fabrics are really fun. The other one that I kind of, you guys, it's horrible. I want to make so many of these. But another fabric that I think is really a lot of fun is this Gingham Girls. Nope, that's not it. Oh, Gingham Girls is right here. But this is a nice, bright, summery, fun fabric collection. And really, you could find stuff that's on clearance that you can purchase as a jelly roll. There's some patriotic fabrics that are jelly rolls. There's some puppy dog fabrics that are jelly rolls that you could make like a rug for your dog. But you can make a rug for your dog out of all your scraps too. And we went ahead and we didn't use 100% cotton batting. Oops, I didn't have that caught all the way. Let me go back a little bit more. But we used our scraps of batting so that we're 80-20. So it's another great reason to want to use up those leftover pieces of batting strips that you might have with the batting strips. So anyway, so we just have a little bit more to go. Hi, Dee Dee, how are you? So what I want to do here is I'm going to just do a tiny bit more of this. And so I'm joining this together with this zigzag stitch. And you just want to kind of keep this flat and even. And we'll just go around. So we're going to do another live video today with the farmhouse window, a live video with the Stitch Happens, and then we'll see if we can slip in a live video with the Lori Holt Let's Bake. So we're going to do hopefully 3, maybe 4 live videos today. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here, but I'm going to show you how you iron this. So let me go ahead and trim this thread. So let me go ahead and show you now how you iron this. So I'm going to turn on, I'll just let that go over here, but you can see it kind of curls and it rolls. So I'm going to turn on my Cricut Easy Press because it's pretty easy for me to press everything with the Cricut Easy Press instead of a regular iron. And what I really like about the Cricut Easy Press is it has these temperature controls where I can increase the temperature all the way up to say 400 degrees. And let's see, that's 360. No, it's at 360 is maybe the highest. And then when it heats up, I'm just gonna rub around with this Cricut Easy Press and you get this to lay flat. So you could do this on the floor, you could do this on a table, you can do this anywhere, but you really want it to lay flat. So you do have to press this project when you are finished. So what can you think of? So a plate shape would be like grandma's old lace doilies. I agree with them. You could put them under lamps or on a dresser. I agree. So I'm really looking forward to making like a little plate. So this is getting pretty hot. It's not all the way heated up though yet. But yeah, a nice plate, a nice basket that is either a bowl shape, or you could have a bottom and then have sides to it and either have them graduate out or go straight up. So there's just so many different possibilities. Holy Christmas, the picture isn't mirrored. I know, Shelly. I figured out how to not mirror the picture. Thank you for noticing. And another thing I did on my website is I installed a live chat so that if you're ever on my website and you can't figure out where something is, you can live chat and it comes to my cell phone, it comes to my computer or my iPad, and you're actually chatting with me. So, which is pretty cool. Vanessa's out of town for Easter. For the holiday weekend. She went camping with her kids and some other family. But what are you guys doing for your holiday? So we need to go ahead and pick a winner here. But you can see how this is kind of curling here? It wants to curl. So you want to use this to press it down and to get that curl out. And I have just found that even with a really nice iron, that you just need something that is super beyond super hot. And you need to just, so I don't know if you can see, that's just naturally wanting to curl right there. So I just kind of use this iron and press it down because you do have to press everything. So really all you need to buy is the pattern. Anyways, the Jelly Roll Rug pattern. But you can see how pretty this was. We did the scrappy look and I think it's kind of fun. But I do want to do some more that are not scrappy. So I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know about you guys, but I think the Jelly Roll Rug is a really fun project. And you can see that there's lots of people on social media actually doing a Jelly Roll Rug out there. So you're doing dinner right now. Okay, good job, Shelly. And anyways, okay, so let's go ahead and pick 3 winners or 3 people that were on today that I can go ahead and then we will... What should we give away with the Jelly Roll Rug? Let's see here. And I still have people live. My screen is frozen on YouTube. But let's see here. Let me figure out something. What's fun that would go with the Jelly Roll? How large is it? The Jelly Roll Rug, with it being positioned this way where it's elongated, it's about 38 inches by 40, I believe. But you could make this into a circular rug. You could make it any way that you possibly can. Okay, so what should we do? Because we're going to do 4 different videos with lots of live winnings. And I want to get everybody caught up because today is the last day of National Quilting Month. But we will still continue to do lots more quilting fun things. Okay, so let me go ahead and figure this out. I'm trying to think, you guys. I don't have my stuff right here. And what are you guys doing for tomorrow? I need to very carefully put this. I need to make some things for a company that I'm working for. So I need to set these things into a very special spot because I've got to write some patterns. We are going to give away a pair of gingham scissors at the end of these live videos today. And, oh, if you write anything Jelly Roll, if you write anything about the Jelly Roll Rug, Jelly Roll, then that will go ahead and get you so that you have the link to where you can get more information about this project. So let me just go ahead and make sure that the comments are in there. So you can write comments below. And for this batting, we did 80-20 wool because I wanted to use up my scraps. I didn't have a lot of scraps that were actually 100% cotton. So we actually did the scraps. You just want a nice thin batting. Hold on, I need to read my, okay, there, I did it. So the things that you can write in the comments are Jelly Roll Rug, Any of those types of things will take you to the link where my website won't be crashed, okay, because I've got so much traffic, but so yeah, just right, yeah, good, very good. You guys know exactly. And in the pattern, it shows you how to make it just a round rug. Okay, why don't we once again do some of these little guys. So let's open this up, and we'll have 2 people win on YouTube, and then 3 people win on Instagram. But these are really cute banners. Look, are they backwards? No, you don't have to see the writing backwards. This says, is YouTube, is this backwards? Let me go ahead and see if I can see your comments, because it seems like it's frozen up, but I can still see people there. So eat, sleep, sew is one. Stitch please is another one. If you guys have won lots of these, you could actually hang them down in a banner, you know, like a pendant. Sewist, quilters, and cut, sew, repeat. So that's what these banners are. You will get one of these, okay? But when you win, message me with your contact information so that I can go ahead and mail this off to you, all right? And I do have some of my other lives that are planned out. So I'm going to go through the comments and figure out, okay, video not working. Okay, Doreen, thank you for still watching. I will do this. So Doreen is on YouTube. So Doreen, you have won this. So I want you to go ahead and message me with your information so I can mail this. So we've got Doreen on YouTube. Let me get my scrappy planner project. And I'm going to write down the winning names in here. So let me do this because they will definitely not be lost. Look, here is the sketch for the farmhouse window quilt. Isn't that too fun? And you guys that have won the bookmarks actually go with these planners. Okay, so Doreen, I'm going to put that down as a YouTube winner. Sorry, you guys. I don't want to forget who people are. And let me see if there's anyone else on there on YouTube. I don't see anyone that right now with the comments. And so let's go ahead and go on here. Thanks. I've been wanting to make one. Good, Dee. I'm so glad. You guys, I don't like selecting people's names because I know you guys. So I'm going to just try to, maybe this video, I'll just try to select people. Well, let's do Linda Bowery. Okay. So we've got Facebook. So let's for sure do Linda Bowery. Okay, and then we've got family brunch after church. Nancy, that's what you're doing. Where do you put the batting? You put the batting in the middle of the jelly roll. You'll have to read the pattern for that. You won last week. It's okay. It doesn't matter. You guys, I want to reward all of you guys. So we've got a Jasmine Dearman Redden. Okay, so let me write that name down because you guys know I don't want to lose things. Jasmine Dearman Redden. Okay, so message me and I'm going to put the last name right there. And these are the pendants because if I don't write down what you guys win, then I forget later on. Okay, and then let me pick one other person here. Okay, and you guys, I appreciate you guys sharing so many of the videos and things like that. You don't have to share to win or any of that kind of stuff, but you guys have made it so that lots of people have been just enjoying this and what a fun community we have. So, okay, let's go ahead. And Deborah Jones. So hopefully you guys are still on and we will go ahead and get that going. So the 3 people on Facebook are Deborah Jones, Linda Bowery, and Jasmine Dearden Redden. And I've got some other fun prizes that people will win on these other videos. So I'm going to go ahead and close this video off and then we'll start another one. Should we do the farmhouse window quilt next? Should we do, and this is the other video that we're going to be doing in just a little bit, is the Stitch Happens quilt. So we're going to do another set of blocks on there for Stitch Happens. Let me go ahead and move that over a little bit more. So we're going to be doing another live video with the block for this Sew Along with Stitch Happens. We're going to be doing one for the farmhouse window, and then we're going to do a quick one for the Let's Bake quilt. So does anybody have suggestions for the next video in case you can't be on for like forever. So yes, the farmhouse. Okay, great. We're gonna do farmhouse then. We'll do the farmhouse video. So I'm gonna pop off, then I'm gonna pop back on live, and then we'll do the farmhouse video tutorial next. And that one's in a tribute to Nancy Zyman. And we're actually doing it with her fabric collection that is the farmhouse. It was her first fabric collection with Riley Blake Penny Rose Fabrics with the farmhouse floral fabric collection. And so we designed this as a tribute quilt for her, which I think is a really a lot of fun. And it's beautiful. It has shiplap fabric in there and everything else. So we're really excited about that. So I'm going to pop off and we'll go to farmhouse window quilt with the farmhouse floral fabric collection. Okay, see you guys in just a couple minutes. All right, see you soon.